Welcome to Image Deco, your go-to destination for all things home design and interior inspiration. In today's video, we're diving into the enchanting world of rustic Mediterranean farmhouse garden ideas, a magical blend of old-world charm, natural textures, and laid-back elegance. Whether you're transforming a courtyard, balcony, or sprawling backyard, these timeless design tips will help you bring sun-soaked beauty and rustic tranquility to your outdoor space. Think terracotta pots overflowing with herbs, olive trees swaying in the breeze, weathered with furniture, and stone pathways that lead you on a calming stroll. Perfect for lovers of nature and charm, this garden style balances functionality with soulful aesthetics. So grab a cup of tea and imagine yourself in a Tuscan villa or coastal Greek farmhouse as we explore 10 transformative ideas. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more elegant outdoor inspirations. At the heart of a rustic Mediterranean farmhouse garden is a deep connection to the land. Embrace natural, earthy elements that reflect the surrounding environment. Stone, clay, gravel, and aged wood should be your go-to materials. Use local stone for retaining walls or edging garden beds, and fill paths with crushed gravel for a soft, rustic texture underfoot. Terracotta pots brimming with lavender, rosemary, or cascading geraniums add warmth, inviting color and fragrance. If your space allows, include a small stone fountain or rustic water feature to enhance the ambience with the gentle sound of flowing water. These elements ground the garden in tradition and offer a timeless, enduring feel. When paired with warm, sun-baked tones like ochre, rust, and faded green, you'll create an atmosphere that feels like a Mediterranean escape right outside your door. beauty of a Mediterranean garden lies in its sustainability and harmony with nature. That's why drought-resistant plants are essential to capturing its spirit. Olive trees, lavender, thyme, rosemary, sage, agave, and succulents thrive in hot, dry climates and are both beautiful and practical. Their resilience means less maintenance and water use, making them perfect for modern lifestyles. Plant herbs near walkways or patios so their scent is released when brushed, adding an immersive sensory layer. Consider planting in raised stone beds or vintage wine barrels for added rustic appeal. These hardy plants not only add rich texture and color, but also provide culinary and aromatherapy benefits. A well-planned layout with soft Mediterranean foliage can feel both wild and artful, like nature has thoughtfully painted each corner of your garden with care and authenticity. Mediterranean farmhouse gardens feel best when they're not overly manicured. Incorporating winding stone paths, gravel walkways, and cobbled stepping zones will give your garden movement and character. Use irregularly shaped stones to mimic time-worn roads found in old European villages. Pathways can lead to cozy nooks with weathered benches or vine-covered pergolas for shade. Adding stone walls or retaining beds can create dimension and anchor planting areas. For a budget-friendly rustic touch, repurpose old bricks or flagstones. Don't be afraid to let moss or thyme creep between the cracks. This natural softness gives the garden an aged, lived-in appearance. These paths not only guide the physical journey through your space, but also create a visual rhythm, drawing the eye from one corner of the garden to another, inviting exploration and quiet moments. Your furniture choices are key in bringing rustic Mediterranean charm to life. Look for materials like distressed wood, wrought iron, or wicker to add an old-world touch. Reclaimed wooden tables, vintage iron bistro chairs, or handmade clay stools make perfect additions to patios or shaded dining spots. Don't stress over imperfections. Chipped paint, patina, and faded finishes only enhance the authentic feel. Pairing cozy linen cushions in neutral tones with rough textures helps balance comfort and rusticity. Set up a simple dining area under an arbor or tree and adorn the table with handmade pottery, dried herbs, or rustic lanterns. This style thrives on storytelling. Every furniture piece should feel like it has a history. By choosing items with character, you not only create a functional outdoor area, but also evoke the romantic, lived-in feeling of a family farmhouse passed down through generations. One of the joys of a rustic Mediterranean garden is its ability to foster outdoor living. Create zones that invite rest and relaxation by arranging furniture, plants, and decor in cozy clusters. A shaded reading nook beneath a vine-covered trellis, a hammock strung between olive trees, or a quiet bench tucked behind a hedge can offer personal escapes. You might place a rustic daybed with soft throws and pillows near a bubbling fountain for afternoon naps. Use outdoor rugs, wooden crates as side tables, and hanging lanterns for texture and ambience. Layering these elements will help you create garden rooms that flow seamlessly while serving different purposes: eating, lounging, gardening, or gathering. The goal is to cultivate a space that feels like an extension of your home, inviting, calming, and effortlessly beautiful with a strong connection to nature. hot Mediterranean climates, shade is essential, and pergolas, arbors, and natural shade trees are charming solutions. Rustic wooden pergolas, draped with flowering vines like bougainvillea, jasmine, or wisteria, create a cooling canopy and a breathtaking focal point. You can even hang sheer linen curtains from the sides to create an airy, romantic vibe. For smaller spaces, consider a bamboo shade structure or tall potted plants like palms to shield sitting areas. Trees like fig or olive can offer dappled shade while adding authenticity. These shaded spots aren't just practical. They become intimate gathering places for meals, conversations, or daydreaming. Illuminate them with string lights or iron lanterns to extend their use into the evening. With thoughtful placement and natural materials, your shade structures will feel integrated into the garden's rustic flow, part retreat, part open-air living space. A rustic Mediterranean farmhouse garden thrives on charm, and it's the little details that infuse soul into the space. Think vintage terracotta jugs, handmade ceramic tiles, wrought iron candle holders, and simple clay bowls used as bird baths. Add color with mosaic pieces or painted tiles in cobalt blue, sun-washed yellow, and terracotta red. Scatter lanterns, hang string lights, or place solar lamps along paths for soft evening illumination. Use natural fiber baskets to store garden tools or display fresh herbs. Wall-mounted planters or iron hooks can hold dried lavender or hanging pots. Don't overlook textiles, tablecloths, cushions, and throws in linen or faded cottons add to the tactile experience. These touches offer an invitation to slow down and appreciate life's simple pleasures, creating a garden that feels not only designed, but lovingly lived in. Engaging all the senses is a hallmark of Mediterranean garden design. Fragrance is key. Plant herbs, roses, citrus trees, and scented blooms near seating areas or walkways. Let the aroma of rosemary, basil, lemon, or orange blossoms float through the air. Combine that with ambient sound, a softly trickling fountain, chirping birds, or even the rustling of tall grasses in the breeze. Consider adding a small wind chime made from shells or iron to create peaceful background tones. These sensory layers deepen your connection to the space and provide a calming, restorative environment. Whether you're enjoying your morning coffee, tending to your herbs, or gathering with loved ones, the garden becomes a holistic experience that nourishes your mind and spirit. The rustic Mediterranean style isn't just about looks. It's about how your space feels and how it makes you feel. And there you have it, 10 timeless ways to transform your outdoor space with rustic Mediterranean farmhouse charm. From weathered stone pathways to fragrant herb gardens and vintage decor, every detail you add brings a touch of warmth and soul to your garden. With these ideas, you don't need a villa in Tuscany or a seaside home in Santorini to experience the beauty of the Mediterranean. You can build your own sun-kissed sanctuary right where you are. We hope these tips spark your creativity and encourage you to infuse more nature, character, and serenity into your outdoor living space. Let us know in the comments which idea inspired you most and how you plan to style your own garden escape. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Image Deco, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more beautiful design inspiration. Until next time, keep cultivating charm, one rustic detail at a time.